What a terrible year this is turning out to be. All the nightclubs are closed. There's nobody on the beaches except fatties. And I can't find a single spicy hot Latina anywhere. Oh, woe is me. What am I to do? I'm a lonely old necromancer and I want to see some women.
Hey guy, how you doing?
Ah! Who are you?
Hey, I'm Vinny the Vampire. I heard you was looking for some spicy hot Latina action.
Oh, yeah. I'm bored and I'm lonely, and I don't want to be around here when the February painting challenge kicks off, because then Warboss Tay gets real grumpy. She doesn't get any sleep, and he starts talking to his miniatures, pretending like they have voices and are talking back to him and making funny skits.
Hey, well, I got a solution for you, buddy. I got a boat, and on that boat, it's a party boat, so we can go across the 7 seas and party all month. You don't have to be around here for that February painting challenge nonsense.
That sounds good to me, Vinny. Let's go!
What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay back up in this mug. Welcome to an old school unboxing. Not even sure if you can get this miniature on gamesworkshop.com, or if you do, I bet it's probably called something else to bring it in line with the new Age of Sigmar. I bought it for 15 bucks back in the day. It is a Sartosan vampire, and I think it was released around the time that Dreadfleet came out. So let's pop this bad boy open and see what you get. First of all, most important, worth the price of admission alone, a plastic clamshell for your wet palette. All you have to do is put some water at the bottom of this and then a paper towel. Very important, not toilet paper, but a paper towel over. Instant wet palette. Very, very valuable tool. You only get 2 pieces in this clamshell pack, the Sartosan Vampire and a square base. Of course, to bring it in line with Age of Sigmar, you're going to need to find yourself a round base. But back in the day, they intended for you to put this guy in a square base and then put him in front of a bunch of skeletons or zombies, I guess. Rank him up. Let's take a look. Oh man, what a crazy design. Look at that. He's got that neck fringe. That is so awesome. I remember when I saw a painted version of this model on White Dwarf, I thought that looks just ridiculous. And it does look ridiculous. But you know what? It looks really goofy and fun. Like the neck fringe, it kind of looks like it's pushed down in the center where his head is popping out. It's not a flat surface. It's got curves and textures and each one of those little ruffles. It just is amazing. I love it. Is that his hair supposed to be? Oh no, he's wearing like a little leather head cap thing. Okay. Interesting. I like the design of it almost looks like bat wings of his cape over his shoulder there. And then you've got a lot of skull and death design and imagery. He's got a sword there that he's holding in an interesting pose. I love that this was back in the day. Back in my day, they didn't have models with one leg on something, leaning forward, holding up their weapon. This is just a very interesting pose. Very almost picturesque. Looks like he's posing for a portrait. And look at that face. Look at that. Look at the detail on his eyebrows, his cheeks. Man, this is like the golden age of Games Workshop before they got so reliant on the sculpting. Okay, so I think this is Flash. Flash! Oh! I don't think that's supposed to be there, so is it? I think I'll trim that off. Oh wait, no, it's not! It's a stake! Is it a stake through his heart? That's hilarious! It's a stake going through him, like he was lying on his stomach and someone drove a stake through his back. I don't know, it could be Flash, but I like my Flash! Oh! I like my interpretation of what that is. Okay, yeah, it kind of looks like it is because look at the way they've molded, or they've sculpted it to look like it's bursting through his chest armor. Beautiful! I love it. This model is great. So I think this model is really fun. I remember when I saw it in White Dwarf, I didn't see the stake driven through the body there. It's funny because it's on the right side, so that's not where his heart would be. So that's like a close brush with death, that if the stake had been on the other side, he would probably be dead. But I love that little narrative touch that you don't see that a lot in. If you look at a Primaris character, like the Primaris captains look the same as the Primaris lieutenants and the Primaris sergeants. They all look very samey. And this character, this model does look like it's got its own history, its own story. And that's what I love about these older sculpts. They all look like, even though he's not a named figure, right? The clamshell pack says that he's just a Sartosan vampire. You can imagine what his story is with the gilded finery that he's wearing, his frilly collar and his ornamental sword, almost like he's presenting that he has this rich looking sword. But at the same time, his armor looks a little beaten up. His cape there is in tatters, and it looks like a mixture, which I think is great. That contradiction of how he's trying to project wealth and refinement, but also you can tell that he's just like really a dirty sea dog. I think it's great. That horn sticking out of his shoulder, the more I see it, the more I really like it. And I'm trying to decide now, okay, it's not because it looks like it's built in to be a piece of shoulder armor there, but I thought for a second, oh, that might just be like really bad flashing. I have to clip it away, but no, that looks like it's supposed to be there. I don't have the actual picture of what the model looks like all painted up, but I imagine that that's supposed to stay there. It creates more interesting disruption in the line of the model. When you look across, there's his head, then the horn, and then it looks like that piece of shoulder armor, if that's what it is supposed to be there like that. Yeah, so what a great looking model. I think that having it released at the same time that Dreadfleet came out was a good idea. A lot of people jumped on Dreadfleet because it was something new set in the fantasy world. It was completely different in the aesthetic. You're painting these giant scale ships rather than single miniatures, human-sized miniatures on a tabletop. But I think it just didn't catch on, unfortunately, because it was so specific and narrative-driven, and it took place only in this one region, Chaos-Infested Waters, and each ship was a character, so you couldn't have like a fleet of Empire troops or a flotilla of Dwarven steamships in different sizes, like Man of War used to have. And that's probably because they wanted to see how... I would think, if I was a Games Workshop executive at the time, I would have said, let's release this one-off thing, see how it sells, try to put it out as much as we can, release all these interesting miniatures that go along with the board game. But let's hold off on developing an entire new game system like Man of War. And I think it was a smart idea. There's probably not a great many people who would have collected another Man of War game, but I just wish it had a little bit more than what you get in the box of Dreadfleet. Still, the fact that we have this miniature is great, and I think he's such a fun sculpt. And if I had a Vampire Count's army, I would definitely paint him up. Little pirate lord vampire. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to join me on the Discord, I'll put the link down below in the description. If you would like to support my studio, you can become a patron. I'll put the link to that also down below. And if you are interested in following along the February painting challenge, pick a project, paint it up in the month of February, then I welcome you to do that. You can follow that along here on YouTube as well as on the Discord. We have a whole section of the Discord set aside for everything that has to do with the February painting challenge. And if you're watching this sometime in the future, I hope you join one of my other challenges this year. We've got the June Painting Challenge, the Spookytoberfest, and the December Good Vibes Challenge, all coming out throughout the year. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. We will see you in the next one. Latest players. Hey, guy, how you doing?